Workbench. Wayne here. I just want to do a quick little update on the Ford Truck Month and where I am with it. I've got a lot of progress done on the chassis and the frame and the engine. So what you're looking at is the engine, and it's a flathead, and I've been doing some research on the flatheads, and I think this one's called a 59A, and you could tell the differences. By no means am I an expert on flatheads. This is the first one that I've ever built. But the way the distributor is, I guess there were three different versions. There was the 32 to 43, or the 43 to 48, and 48 to 53 was all. There was three incarnations of the flathead from what I can understand. Anyways, this looks like it could be the middle one, which would have been in the mid 40s, and I guess it's called a 59A. That's as far as I can go. There's a few things on it that I still don't understand what they are and how they work, like the fuel, the oil filter and the fuel. There's a beehive fuel, there's a beehive oiler that mounts onto the firewall. I have no idea where that goes to plumb it in. So, so this is where I am. For coloring, the color of the block itself is a champagne, and it's just the folk art. It's a folk art metallic champagne, and it is a really nice paint, but it's really translucent. So what I had to do, because it was all molded in black, so what I had to do was put a base coat on it. So over top of the gray primer I had on it, I used Anita's, or this craft acrylic, Anita's, in the sand. That's what I laid down, a couple light coats of that, and then I did a couple of light coats of the metallic champagne, and that's what we have. The intake manifold is done in Tamiya cast aluminum, or flat aluminum. The heads and the valve covers and that's kit chrome, and all I did was go over it with the Tamiya Smoke, which is the X19. Other than that, it's the kit chrome and some different variations of the silver and that. So that's where I am with the engine. Same thing with the chassis. I have the chassis. Basically, the chassis is complete. All the rear suspension, the rear shocks, they're all in. It's all the champagne color as well. The differential cover I did in the Vallejo chrome, just at a different color, and I did all the suspension is done in this champagne color. The steering box I've done in the Vallejo chrome. So that's basically where I am with the build right now. What I've done is, body wise, is I have everything glued together, not glued together, just mocked up. It's all got the tacky glue. I use everybody else uses basically is the Aleene's, Aleene's tacky glue, and that holds it really nicely. So what I'm working on, I put a couple of braces in for the doors to keep everything nice and square, and I am working on the doors, getting the hinges and getting them situated in there, and then I can go ahead and I can start painting, blow it apart, do a finished sand on it, and then start painting. The one thing I want to mention, I want to give a big shout out to, we all know him as the Lazy-Eyed Modeler, and Peter is building the same kit as this, only in the stock version. So when I started to work on the hood, I found that I was missing a whole bunch of instructions in it, and all my instructions told me to do was glue halves together, sit it on there, and call it Christmas. Well, there's a big gap. There would have been a big gap right down the middle of it, and because I know this hood is supposed to hinge. So Peter, I did an emergency email to Peter wanting to know what his says. So he sent me pictures of his instructions that I can follow to put the hood together, because I've got all the parts. I've got the retaining clip, and I've got the pins to go in it, and I've got all the bracketry to make it a hinged hood, which is what I'm going to do. And so now I have it. I've had all these, I de-chromed all this because I'll just do them in body color, and we'll go from there. So I want to give a big shout out to Peter, the Lazy-Eyed Mauler. Thank you very much for sending me the copies of the instructions. I said it's greatly appreciated, and it's really going to help me along. So that's where I am right now. I've been watching a lot of the other videos on the Ford Truck Month, and there are some really nice builds out there. A lot of the 1940 Fords being built, a lot of them are really nice. So I'm using this one here as a basic learning curve, because I really like this. I really like these. I'm a sucker for punishment, I guess. I like these Minicraft kits. They're a real challenge. You have to know how to read the instructions. All their instructions, their pictures, and about the first quite a few steps, are all upside down. The chassis is upside down. The wheels are upside down. Everything is upside down. So it's a real challenge. And I've had some mistakes. I've had to tear it apart. These are a real challenging kit to build, but they build up into a really nice model once done. So again, that's where I am. I want to thank everybody for watching and subscribing, and I hope this helps anybody that's thinking about a Minicraft kit. I wouldn't shy away from them if you can get it for a good price. So until the next time, everybody, hopefully the next time we'll see the body and paint. Just working away here and getting this done. So until the next time, everyone, cheers.